Hey y'all, it's Lindsey. Day 2 of the not proper egg fast is going to happen today. It is about 9 a.m. right now. I have been awake for 3 hours practically. I did start my morning off with some black coffee. This is cup number 2. I also abided in the expectation to eat an egg within an hour. Now, I think that there is some discrepancy on the rules as to whether you eat within 30 minutes of waking or within an hour of waking. I'm gonna just hang it with an hour because honestly, if I tried to eat an egg like within 30 minutes of waking up, I'm not sure what would happen, and I am not interested in finding out. So I had my 2 eggs when I had been awake for an hour, and then I've gotten ready for the day. I slept like garbage last night. It was so bad. I was coughing the whole night through. My eyes just feel very, very like puffy, pressurized. I don't know. This junk that is going on in my head right now, it's just clinging on for dear life. And I'm not sure when it's gonna just give up the ghost. Given that I have been awake for almost 3 hours at this point, I have already experienced a dawn phenomenon, and that was 2 hours after I woke up. I've noticed this to always be the case for me when I would just do like my regular blood glucose monitor stuff. I always have a rise in glucose right at that 2-hour mark after waking up, and that just seems to be my norm. Today is a day of swimming, and I'm not sure what else we'll get into. I know that we might go meet up with some friends at the park, and I know I need to get groceries today. That's a thing because I'm running low on eggs. Let's check the egg stash. All right, I've got 13 eggs. And if I eat approximately 10 to 12 eggs a day, I've already had 2, so I'm gonna be anywhere between like 8 and 10 more eggs. This is not gonna cut it because my children also appreciate eggs. They also like to bake things and make things. And I also feel real weird if I don't have like at least 2 dozen eggs in the house. It's a me thing. I'm not saying it's like normal or it's like healthy, but that's a me thing. Okay, that's also why I would love to have chickens someday. All right, we gotta head out to some swim lessons. I have a cup of black coffee right here, raring to go. And I'll see you when I get back because it will be time to eat more eggs. Here is my second meal for today. 4 eggs that I scrambled in a tablespoon of butter, and then I cut up 3 tablespoons of butter to pop on top. I do like it with like cold butter cubed up on top of the scrambly eggs. It's just a really nice temperature, texture change for me. And then I added real salt, trying to get as much salt in right now as possible. And I'm gonna have a bubbly in the raspberry flavor. Hey, how's it going? It is the afternoon and we are gearing up to go to the swimming pool. Everybody's all suited up. I feel like I need to eat before I go just because I don't know how long we're gonna be gone and I'm starting to get a little grumbly in the tumbly, which means I should probably just eat. So I've gone ahead and fried up 2 eggs in a tablespoon of butter, and then I added another tablespoon of butter on top, and I seasoned it with my Redmond's real salt. Who is surprised? I also know that I'm going to be dying of thirst as we swim, or after we swim, or at some point during the swimming. So I'm going to mix up an Element packet. I did the little grab bag maneuver where you just pluck one from the box. And I snagged orange salt. It's not an actual variety box that I have. It's just a variety that I put in a box. Yeah. So I'm going to mix this up in my water. I'm going to eat those eggs, and then we are going to hit the pool and hopefully the grocery store as well. Well, we are back from the pool and getting groceries. The pool was exceptionally cold. And I mean exceptionally cold. I need my phone. I am unsure of what my numbers have been doing. I have not yet scanned it. And the CGMs are able to be underwater. Are we scanning? Does it not like my sweatshirt? Nope, it didn't like me. Trying it again. It liked that one. Okay, so we did the pool. My current reading is 90 milligrams per deciliter. And it has been a little over 3 hours since I last ate. So I've made myself a 4-egg omelet with 1 ounce of shredded Colby Jack cheese. I do shred my own cheese from the block. It just it just really simplifies my life. And a block of cheese is so much more versatile for us than pre-shredded and sliced, anyway, although we do use sliced cheese. Moving on. I also put my 3 tablespoons of butter on my plate here. The 4th tablespoon I used to actually cook my omelet. My omelet is definitely country style because it's a little bit browner than it should be. But I'm going to go eat this and see where we land. Alrighty. My kitchen is all clean and everybody is presently content with their own activities. I kind of stopped moving around after the kitchen was cleaned up and I realized I feel nauseated. I don't understand why. And I mean, it's, a similar-ish time of day as it was yesterday when I felt sick. I do have the headache right up in here, so I don't know if it's attributed to the actual egg fast or something else going on. I don't know. I don't have answers. I only have symptoms that I can share at this point. Yeah, I decided to test my ketones using my 406. No, it's not the 406. It's the maybe it is the 406. I don't remember the exact one. It's the advanced voice version of the blood ketone monitor that I have. It's actually kind of neat. It does glucose, ketones, cholesterol, and uric acid. Uric acid is something that really got interesting to me not that long ago. So I really like this particular monitor. Took my ketones and I'm at a 0.5. I don't know what I was before and I don't know what I will be soon. But that's where I am. I don't know why. I'm not enjoying this feeling. Now, yesterday when I took the element, I did feel a lot better. So I figured earlier today, take your element before we go swimming. I don't know that really, I felt better when I took that yesterday because I took it right whenever I had those symptoms. So I'm kind of regretting taking that element orange salt as early as I did because I suspect if I would have taken it now, like when I do feel nauseated, that would help me. And I've been drinking water, been, staying hydrated. And I definitely will be having a cup of decaf coffee and it will definitely be having a chocolate element packet in it because it really is so good. So far today, we are at 10 eggs, 10 tablespoons of butter, and 1 ounce of cheese. I feel like the 1 ounce of my shredded cheese is actually quite a decent volume of cheese. I never really weigh things, so seeing what it looks like shredded and on top of my eggs is quite encouraging because it's more than I anticipated. And I've been trying to maintain a higher salt amount on the food that I am making. And yeah, there's that. All right. I'm going to see you whenever I have the coffee. I have nothing more to share right now. Final sustenance for the day is going to be a mocha decaf K-cup and Element chocolate salt. Delightful. And then I remembered when Neely and I were talking about the proper egg fast rules, one of the things she said was possibly adding like a tablespoon of MCT oil as one of the tablespoons of fat that you're using. And I did not get that done today. So I added it to this coffee and I don't know if I'm going to regret my choices. Because, see, I don't put a whole lot of stuff in my coffee anymore, like chocolate element and like occasionally like a splash of cream, like for sure, but not all the time. I really like the black coffee and I really like the chocolate coffee when it's just the element packet. So I don't know if adding the MCT oil into my coffee, which is something that I have not done in ages. I could have just done an unflavored perfect keto MCT oil powder. I feel like a doofus now. Anyway, I just did the liquid stuff and I tried to blend it in, but because I did it last, there was not enough volume in my cup to be able to blend it properly. So it's already starting to turn into an oil slick. I think I shall soldier on. I haven't checked my numbers in a little while, so let's give it a wee scan. Look, success the first time this time. Yay me. Okay, presently I am at an 83. Can you see it from the glare? Also, do you see this right here? Blood ketones. When you get in here, this measurements is something that you can choose to do. And you can change the type. And it has like all of these different things that you can add, which I find that to be really cool. If you haven't already, I would love to have you subscribe and stick around for a while. And don't go anywhere. We're going to talk about numbers next. All right, the full 24 hours of day 2 on my egg fast. The first and most vital piece of information that I noticed was my average for my glucose this day was 88, whereas day 1 of the egg fast, it was 92, so I dropped 4 points. Glucose is going to fluctuate day to day. Nothing is stagnant in your body, so I'm encouraged by it, but I also am going to hold loosely to that data. I did plug in all of my food, so that means my summary here shows I had a total calorie intake of almost 2,200 calories, 83 grams of protein, 205 grams of fat. So all that was pretty good. And overall, my daily food ratings were at a 10. The only thing I ate that didn't get a 10 on it was my snack at about 2:40. This was right before we went to go to the pool, so I was definitely working out a little bit more intentionally after I had that food. I'm not really concerned about it. I'm just going to let that one ride because my overall day's performance was still a 10. Here's the entire 24-hour graph, a little bit more focused here. The lowest glucose reading I had for the entire day was 78, and the highest I had was 114. That's the peak that you see there right before 8 a.m. The overall glucose numbers for this day averaged out to 88, like I said before, so definitely an improvement following the egg fast. If you haven't done so already and you are curious about the Nutrisense program, the link will be in the description box down below. YouTube is also really good at figuring out what kind of videos might interest you, and this is the one that they suggest to you. I want to go watch this one with you, and I hope to see you over there.